Are you struggling to create a consistent stream of qualified leads for your business? You're not alone. Most businesses rely on disconnected tactics. They'll do an ad here, a webinar there, a blog somewhere else, but without a cohesive strategy, it all falls flat. Today, I'm going to share a proven framework called AIDA that turns strangers into sales qualified leads, step by step. And remember, all of the resources and templates I mentioned today are linked in the description below. Let's get started. So what is the AIDA framework? AIDA stands for Awareness, Interest, Desire, and Action. It's been around for over a century, and that's because it works. Each stage is essential for moving someone from having no knowledge of your brand to becoming a warm lead ready for sales. And some marketers even add a final stage, satisfaction, to emphasize customer retention. Let's break down each stage so you can start using it effectively within your business. The first step is awareness. Awareness is all about getting on your audience's radar. In B2B marketing, this could be as simple as sending a personalized LinkedIn connection request to relevant decision makers. The key here is visibility. If your prospects don't know you exist, they can't buy from you. If you need help generating awareness for your business, check the resources in the description. Building interest. Once you've made initial contact, the next step is driving interest. This isn't easy. It's one thing people knowing you exist, it's another thing to get them to care. You need to focus on sharing content that's hyper relevant to your audience. Whether it's industry insights, news, or thought leadership pieces, it pays to engage with your prospects' content too. This back and forth builds familiarity and it keeps you on their radar without you being pushy. If you're curious to know about the best types of content for B2B businesses, I've linked a content strategy guide below. The third stage is desire. Desire happens when your audience starts to see how your offer directly benefits them. You need to put things into context for them. Great ways to do this include invitations to exclusive events, webinars, or offering a valuable resource like a white paper or highly specific case studies. The goal here is to position yourself as a trusted authority while offering something genuinely helpful. You're not being pushy or salesy. I've included examples of effective B2B lead magnets in the description to help spark your creativity. Now for the crucial step, action. This is where you follow up with those who engaged with your content or offers at earlier stages. Again, the goal isn't to sell immediately, but to gauge readiness. If you want scripts for effective follow-up messages, you guessed it, you'll find it in the description below. Many forget that retention is part of great marketing. If your clients are happy, they become repeat buyers and referrers, increasing their lifetime value. And that's a metric that marketing are measured on. Consistent value delivery and follow-up after the sale can boost retention massively. If you want a checklist for keeping clients engaged long-term, check the resources below. Too many businesses treat marketing like a set of disconnected tactics. Without coordination in your marketing, results will fizzle out. AIDA works because it aligns every tactic under one strategy. If you need help planning your full funnel, I've linked a strategy template below. Think of the AIDA framework like an upside down pyramid. The widest part is awareness, where you reach the most people. You often hear marketers refer to this as the top of your funnel. As you move down through interest and desire, the audience decreases in size and your pyramid or funnel narrows. But this is actually a good thing because your audience is becoming far warmer and more qualified. By the time you reach action, you're left with highly qualified leads, the type your sales team will absolutely love. If you need help visualizing this, I've linked a diagram you can use for your planning in the description below. I can't stress this enough, but the key to marketing success is consistency. That is the secret ingredient. A single campaign won't transform your lead flow, but regular value-driven content like weekly LinkedIn posts or a monthly newsletter keeps your audience engaged over time. The most successful businesses we work with don't rely on one lead source. They have multiple ways to generate leads. The problem with most small businesses is that they're too reliant on referrals. The best entrepreneurs and chief revenue officers understand that not only do you need a process for scaling your referrals, you also need ways to generate both inbound and outbound leads. Inbound leads are those that come to you seeking your services. Most of the time, this happens after they've had multiple touch points with your brand, both physical and digital. Let's run through an example. You might see an advert for a new CRM platform. You choose to ignore it at first glance. Then you see they've sponsored a conference you're attending. You meet one of their reps, have a chat. Then you see another ad when you get home, and you decide to download a lead magnet. Maybe you read it, maybe you don't. The rep continues to reach out via LinkedIn, via email, and finally you decide to book a demo when the time is right for you. What I'm getting at with this example is that the prospect journey is not linear. You need to be constantly front of mind for your prospects, and keep this in mind when designing your marketing strategy. Ask yourself, are you doing enough right now to make them brand aware? Are you doing enough right now to educate them on why your product is right for them and why it's different from your competitors? But don't get disheartened when tactics fail. That's part of the game. It's all about test and measure. Some things will work, others won't. So make sure you're trialing enough tactics all at once to find out what truly works, then optimize it. Okay, so why is it important to be consistent and constantly stay front of mind? Well, studies show that 95% of your target audience isn't ready to buy right now. So the example I gave just now of the multiple touch points a consumer goes through before they even think of taking, say, a demo of your software, that's likely because they have no urgency. The fact is, when you first meet or reach your prospects online, it's very unlikely that they're ready to buy or in the market for your services. That's why it's crucial to stay visible with consistent content and engagement, so when they are ready, you'll be the first name they think of. If you're looking for ways to stay top of mind, I've included a resource on retargeting strategies below. B2B used to be all about producing educational content, and it still is to a certain extent. But what you've got to remember is that artificial intelligence is changing the game. Educational content is easy to create. What you need to be creating is thought leadership content. This is original content that your prospects can't find anywhere else. So how do you do this? Well, one of the best ways to do this is find a senior leader in your business, or find a client who is widely respected in your industry and by your target market, and use them to co-create content. This way, you're producing original content from genuine thought leaders, which AI can't hope to replicate, and you will stand out from your competitors. How do you format this content? You can turn it into blogs, newsletters, do a webinar with them, do a podcast with them, or a YouTube video like this. So why do we need to create thought leadership content? Well, the secret to desire, the D in AIDA, is offering value. You're not pitching to people. Share insights, invite them to events, or give away resources that genuinely help your prospect. This builds trust and positions you as a helpful expert. I've included a list of effective lead magnets in the description for your inspiration. Do not let warm leads go cold. This is an absolute nightmare for revenue leaders. You need to track everything your prospects do, and whenever they engage with you, whether it's a networking event in the real world or it's in a digital setting, you need to be tracking that, measuring it, and making sure you're following up appropriately with them. The worst thing you can do is go quiet and make no communication at all. You should be constantly nurturing your prospects. So make sure you have campaigns set up. So when a prospect downloads a lead magnet, for example, you should have a follow-up process in place, whether that's an automated drip campaign or you have a sales representative following up from your organization. The magic of AIDA isn't in the individual steps, it's how they work together. From awareness to action, each phase supports the next. creating a seamless lead generation system. And let me repeat, it's not enough to have one source of lead gen running. You need a full suite of activity working concurrently. If you need a full run through, check the strategy guide in the description. To recap, AIDA, awareness, interest, desire, action, is a proven framework. It's been used for over a century for generating leads. Consistency and providing value are key, and I've linked a complete resource pack below to help you get started. Dive in, get started today. Because if you're serious about creating a predictable marketing machine, you need to start by downloading the free AIDA strategy template linked below. And don't forget to subscribe for more actionable marketing insights every week. See you in the next video.